That bookcase saved my indie game, and it's all because they messed up my order. So just before I started working on Later Skater, I ordered that bookcase online, and as you might notice, the design is a little asymmetrical. And because of that asymmetry, each horizontal plank is completely unique. So basically what happened is that when I got my order, I found it was missing one of the planks and had 2 copies of another one. I reached out to the company and they were great to deal with. They sent me the missing part for no extra cost and all was good. Okay, but what does that have to do with Later Skater? Well, basically I had a plank of wood lying around and I could have just thrown it out, but I actually found a use for it. So in any project, video game or otherwise, you have to have some way of keeping track of your tasks. There are websites like Trello that you can use for this, but I've never really liked using them. I kind of find them a bit tedious to use and sometimes a little overwhelming. Like a lot of those products tend to be designed for much bigger teams with big projects, so they have a lot of extra features that really end up feeling like they're just getting in my way. So instead, I found a solution that really works for me. This is that spare board from the bookcase, and it is also now where I keep track of all my tasks. I really like having all my tasks in a physical location that's just right next to me, where I can just whack a post-it note on if I think of something I have to do, and when I finish something I can just rip it off. And I actually really like that the space on the board is limited. Like it's pretty much the perfect size to keep a few weeks of tasks on the board at once. And that really helps me keep focused on my current objectives, rather than getting distracted and overwhelmed by tasks that I really don't need to be thinking about until later down the line. And it's hard to describe why I feel this way, but it's just so much more satisfying having a task list that is physically present in the room with me, rather than having to go to some website and drag around these tiny little boxes. And that's the solution that works best for me. It may not be the same for everyone, but at least for the way my brain works, it's perfect. Anyway, the game I'm working on is called Later Skater. It's a retro-inspired 3D platform with a focus on speed. There's a demo available on Steam that you can give a try if you want, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave Later Skater a wishlist, because wishlists really help indie devs out.